Alright, here we are with Ravenloft, The Conspiracy at Krezk, Season 2, Episode 2. I am Devin, the referee. We're in May 2018, and to my right, we have X playing Y.
Peter as Jack Angus.
Kevin is Asher.
Tyler is Phineas Grossfellow.
Mark is Radu.
That's right, listeners. Mark is here. He was able to make it last week, and he is back for Ravenloft. Because I'm almost certain these episodes will go out at the same time Savage Rifts does, so they probably know. Not like that Star Wars game. Or Trek. Star Trek.
Oh, Devin.
Anyway, please, people, recap what happened to us last session.
We went on an adventure from the village of Krezk to the village of Barovia.
We had an encounter with wolves, round 2.
Yeah, but this time they brought rabies.
Yeah, and none of us got infected, so it's fine.
Yeah,
We're all fine.
all the wounds were treated, it's fine. But before that, we also stopped by, what does the village name is?
What does that village name is, Peter?
Where is it?
Valakai?
Valakai.
Where we hawked some wares,
We traded a book for another book.
Yes, and got a helpful tip about a potential ally in the village of Barovia.
Yes, at a specific inn. What was the name of that inn?
The Blood of the Vine.
That it was.
Yep. And we met Newt again. She's not creepy at all.
No, you just
No,
met that
she's really
fucking
not.
kid. Just a kid. So, where we ended off, the three of you had approached the village of Barovia. The acrid, choking fog that surrounds it in a ring is present. And as people know, you can go into Barovia just fine. You just have to get a potion from the local Vistani to leave. Or you'll die.
Aha.
So don't piss off the Vistani.
I mean, they like my smoke, so I'm ahead of the game.
They do like smokes. And just to sort of integrate Mark really quick. So the party was taking a trade caravan from Krezk to Barovia. And they were basically, acting as paid security and guards to kind of get to Barovia in a group, so horrible things wouldn't befall them. And you were probably part of that caravan. Because that's what people do. They take the caravans.
nobody walks alone on the roads.
Yeah, don't walk alone on the road. You'll definitely disappear.
Wolves the size of horses.
Wolves the size of horses.
Yeah, Krezk was kind of a bummer, people sort of avoided Radu because the last 3 groups of people died, and so did his parents, and then so did the other group of guards, and then he joined the adventurers and they all died, and he was the only person who made it out, and he's kind of known as Radu the Unpopular. So, figured it'd be
You're a
time to
goddamn
change.
black cat.
Yeah.
Very good. So, these 3, you know them from around Krezk. They're locals. They're people you've known probably for years, because you've all grown up in Krezk.
Locals then, yeah.
Well, not you. Not you. You're a crazy man who says he comes from across the sea. So, these people who did the original serial killer investigation, you know from just gossip mongering, have brought the investigation back up because the serial killers come back. And that's what they're going for Barovia for. So, integrate yourself with them. On the fly.
Okay, so, let's see, I should probably have a little...
Also, describe your character to the group.
Radu is kind of an unsavory, quiet type. I don't really feel like doing an accent, but he kind of talk, like stutter a little bit, a little weaselly, not very confident. He joined the town guard. They don't like him being in the town guard anymore because every time he goes and there's a fight, he's typically the only survivor.
That's how you get lynched, man.
Of course, he was also attacked by the, if you don't have an issue with this, the ghost tried to assassinate him.
Sure.
And
That's what the ghost is like.
He does that.
it was just like an epic fail. It was just like everything went wrong for the ghost, and I just, Radu is one of the few people who just sort of, or for the
That's
serial
probably why I
killer.
was so pissed off when you guys ran into it.
Either the original serial killer before he was killed,
okay.
or the ghost, depending on which you think.
You might have been one of the reasons they were able to crack the case because you were survivors. They were able to kind of piece together a profile from you.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Perfect.
Yeah, he tried to attack me and he stabbed himself with his knife. It was ridiculous.
You were able to identify the mark on him when you trapped him in the barn and burned him to death. Look at that. Serendipity. So, that is how Radu is. That is how you know what he is. He's here.
Yeah,
Mix the soup.
I'm not sure why you'd want to join us on the way to Barovia of all places, but I mean, a fourth wouldn't hurt.
It would be helpful to have one of the few people who survived an encounter with him.
Huh.
Yeah, my luck hasn't been so good the past little while, so I thought maybe a change of scenery would be good.
I mean, your luck wasn't great. We had our stories.
Yeah, we're all kind of not having the best of time. He's just emptying his water skin the whole time he's walking, just into the dirt. Not the best of times.
Like, did we know that you took that unlucky penny, or did you?
Yeah, you were right
we
there
know.
when it happened.
Yeah.
We're well aware.
No.
You haven't seen it since. He might have it on his person. But,
You were there, bro.
we found an artifact, quote unquote,
Cool.
wrapped in a bunch of rusted barbed wire and razors and other blackened pennies, and it's like a thing that they were worshipping.
In the shrine
Merchants.
to electronical Christ.
Oh no, it was elsewhere.
Oh,
It was
we-
in a different shrine.
Close
We
enough.
forgot about the shrine to electronic Christ. I love the look on your face.
I know
We talk nonsense, and it's on point.
Yeah, he's a serial killer. His body burned a hole down into a cavern where the merchants had been building an electronic Christ that they were worshipping for wealth.
What is
And
electronic?
he-
It's a thing from the actual world.
It's a real thing from Boston. New Motive Power, I think was his name.
Yeah, it's some kind of mechanical deity that comes from his homeland.
It's an actual book from the actual world where people want to build some sort of messiah thing.
Do you want me to give you some backstory out of character?
Do it.
It's actually almost funnier if I have absolutely no
Fine.
clue.
Very well. So be it, Jedi.
As if what was going on in the village wasn't blasphemous enough. We've got, well, we put an end to it at least, but still.
What is this penny thing you speak of? It sounds like...
Just a little something we picked up. It's nothing to worry about. Just a little token.
I actually have, and this sounds like a bad luck thing.
Oh my Christ, you have no fucking
I kid you not, and I had no clue when I made the
Oh no,
none at all.
That's fine.
A 3 dice in occult with a specialty in superstitions.
If you get a look at it. While you're talking about this, by the way, like where you're talking about the bad penny, in the trees near one of the kind of choked, smoggy trees, in the branches, watching you is one of those raccoony-looking things with the quill tail, just kind of making a small, reedy child laugh.
Do we all see it?
You all see it, except no, you see it because you're magic.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
You just need to know. You just need to. You aren't looking at it because your back's to it. It's just there watching you. It's chewing on a little animal skull. It's creepy little man hands.
what is this penny thing you found?
Just a token. The merchants had it hidden away in a secret room. Stole it because, fuck it, they stole from me, so...
May I see this thing?
Oh, yeah, one sec. He did not tell you guys. He has not mentioned it since,
Yeah.
Strangely enough, all the merchant caravans that he went on since the last adventure have had issues. That couldn't be connected to him, but they've had issues. He just reaches into his boot and pulls out this blackened coin. He kind of flips it over.
Do we just define what kind of coin it was? Wasn't it not from here?
It wasn't from here, no.
It had the Pythagoras theorem on it.
Yeah.
That was it. Okay, so it's a copper coin, much like a Barovian rat tail, which is their version of the copper denomination. It has rat tail on it. It is a copper penny that has a right angle triangle inscribed on it with 3 other geomantic shapes on each side that, if you knew math, would teach you with symbols how to do hypotenuse. It's black and its edges are sharp.
Okay, alright.
He just pretty much gave it to you, too.
Oh no, I did not grab it. It was just
no!
like, it's like water away from that. Sharp edges, black end, hard right angles. Quickly grabs, goes into his pocket, pulls out like a rabbit's foot, and like he like does like a jump
That
around
rabbit
3
foot's
times
that-
and throws a bit of pinch of salt over each shoulder.
Your rabbit's foot's rotten when you take it out.
Okay, Rowdy just starts throws it into the forest, starts like shrieking. Do you want to make an occult superstition roll or
Oh,
something?
sure, go for it.
Asher's also just scrambling for that coin when it's clear you're not going to pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to lose it.
Like you could.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think he's kind of aware that...
And the specialty
you
has to
can't-
die, or
Oh, another guy.
You can't get rid of it, you can only give it away.
You can't give it away.
Really?
I have no idea how this. How
8,
So-
9, or 10.
well, there's
9.
9.
So 1 success.
That's all you need. It's either 1 success to succeed or 5 to super succeed. So as long as you get 1, you're good.
Or 0 to fail. And then you can opt to have a
It's
botch.
just this whole other thing.
Yeah.
Soon.
All right, that's magic. That's magic. It's a bane of some sort. There's something wrong with it. You can tell.
Yeah, and it may actually kick off my, like, this is one of the few things where it may actually kick off my supernatural effect, because
What is your supernatural?
Yeah, I'm not.
the super luck. It's basically Radu is been blessed/cursed with phenomenal luck, and so he kind
That's
of.
hilarious because I forgot about that when we remember the bad penny.
And I'd actually have to look up the effects, but one of the things it does say is the GM may want a key to supernatural effects of, I believe, of
You can
that.
tell. You just know.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with that fucking coin.
Boy, careful, man. That's important.
It's also cursed.
Yeah, when you drop it, it lands on a flat rock directly on its side and doesn't fall on either side.
I don't know about cursed. I mean, that looks pretty...
It's cursed. Look, see this? This was not rotten.
I don't know, Radu.
This is a
People
rabbit's
say
foot.
you're cursed.
I mean, let's not shout it.
Oh, yeah.
Other people
Yeah,
are
some people are perking up when you're talking about magic
curse.
with their lynchy eyes.
He's going to tuck that back away in his shoe.
There's some more pinches of salt. You know, grab those. You know, like the. It's a new rabbit's foot.
There's a cracking sound just over your shoulder to where that tree was as that little raccoon thing snaps the skull in half with its little teeth and scuttles away. You catch it just as you go over your shoulder. Some little raccoon-looking animal scrambling down a tree.
Our guardian angel.
The face of mercy.
It actually did protect us the one time, so...
Yeah.
One of them did.
Asher has a distinctly different view of them than most people would.
Goddamn trash pandas.
They're not awesome.
So yeah, I guess we'll just carry on.
Yeah, we'll just gloss. So after, I guess that, you guys get a couple moments to calm yourselves
so
down,
random.
have a drink or something. The village of Barovia, the caravan's moving on. Basically, they're gonna stop here and shit. They're not going to Barovia because that costs some money.
Yep.
So it's all you guys. Cold boreal forests in this ravine because the village of Barovia is in a ravine surrounded by mountains, like all of Barovia. The dueling peaks of the Dreadmount and the Balanox. There's the village of Barovia. It has a donut ring of fog. It's not covered in fog, but there's a wall around it of sickly yellow and black fog, where there's a forest that the fog is, creeping through, and you can see various things moving inside of it. But there's a clear path to kind of walk, into the fog on the road and then into Barovia. Which people sometimes do. They'll just walk on it. You don't see people walking out of And then the valley picks up. There's a few forts and fortifications, and then up a bit. And there's a lone peak with a bridge to the crouching, monstrous castle of Castle Ravenloft in the distance. A flock of carrion birds and bats hovering over its towers and peaks.
This will go there.
Asher's going to pull out his symbol of... who the fuck is that?
Ezra?
Ezra, that's the one. It's the name, and he's just kind of clutching that to his chest.
God won't help you here.
It's good that he's not a god. Yeah, he's just clutching that.
Jack only puts his gas mask on and...
Your World War I gas mask.
Yep.
Did any of you ask anyone about the going into Barovia? I've never gone with the caravan here.
What do you mean?
They never go here. I never catch the ones that go here. Just other countries, into some of the more dangerous areas, but never into...
If you go to Barovia, you must... I'm assuming my character would have enough local knowledge of this sort of thing. If you go to Barovia, you can enter, but if you leave without a potion, you'll die.
Oh, yeah. Everyone talks about that, but the trip there, through the mist.
It's not mist, it's fog.
Yeah, through the fog. No one ever talks about that.
What's the difference?
Mist with a capital M is different in the lands of Barovia. It's a thick, white, cold thing. This is a kind of smoke fog.
I think walking in, you can just walk in. And
Yup.
it'll let you through.
It's a roach motel.
It just parts for you on the way in.
Yeah, but what's
It does
in
not
the fog?
What's in the fog? No one goes into the fog. And
You
then
do.
comes back out.
You totally walk in the fog.
Oh no, but he means like what's lurking within the fog.
Wolves the size of horses.
Wolves is it? Okay.
Okay.
More puppers. You don't want to go in there.
Here, have a sprig of wolfsbane.
I'm gonna take that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that dude.
Yeah.
Put it in my
No harm.
left shoe as prescribed by legend.
Everyone knows werewolves are a thing, so no one's gonna...
Werewolves are vampires.
Yeah.
It's a true thing. The myth for werewolf and vampire never splits in Barovia. It's all vampire. Vampires turn into wolfmen.
Yeah.
Vampires turn into bats.
One of Radu's things is that literally every corpse he encounters gets a stake in the heart.
It's a good idea.
Every freaking...
You should probably cut it off and bury its parts in crossroads.
I had a character every corpse she came across, she'd put bells on, so if they got up, you'd hear them.
That is something they do in parts of Ravenloft. That's not even like out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Stake its chest and cut off its head.
Darkon is big on that.
And stakes in the heart, something they do in Romania.
Yeah. Cut off the head, put in holy wafers.
Oh yeah, in the mouth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Bury it
guess.
at crossroads.
Bury it face down. So
Yep.
that's crawling, crawl
Yeah,
down.
all of it. They do all of it. In Barovia.
Guess we're going in.
You guys walk towards the village. It's a road. There is a caravan on the outside of the village. It's like a Vistani travel wagon. It looks old. Looks like it hasn't moved in a while. There's a few Vistani there. They're wearing the clothes they wear are different from what you're usually used to seeing on them. They're not as colorful or as intricately patterned. They seem to be somber black and grays, and they keep their faces covered with hoods. And they're just sitting around a campfire, and when you guys are walking by, all of them simultaneously kind of move their heads to look at you, but you don't see their faces under the hoods. They don't stop you or like hail you, they just watch you pass. There are crows and ravens covering the caravan.
Do you think?
Oh yeah, that's a good... Yeah.
Do you think they're mourning, or do you think they just don't want to stand out here?
I think it's none of our business.
Fair enough.
It's a good policy.
Just mosey on past.
The wall of fog is before you, and as you walk in, you can feel yourselves breathing it in. It sits in your nose, it sits on your tongue, it sits deep in your guts and lungs.
Let's go through the gas mask.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely.
Oh, this is garbage.
Little mist hands crawling in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna unstop her beaker and just try and bottle some.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. You can do that. Yeah, the trick with the fog is it sits in your lungs and your guts when you go in, and if you try to leave, you just die.
Do you think they're following us?
Chance to look behind.
Nope. Or, actually,
Let's do some.
you have a perception?
I will train observer.
What would be perception?
I don't know.
Wits and composure is for noticing things.
Do that then.
I will. Do
I
that.
have 6 in that.
I have 6 in that.
So why actually?
Where the fuck's my sheet?
I'll spend
They're all
willpower.
very observant types.
It's a good thing to be in this game.
Okay, so willpower gives you what, 3?
Plus
Yeah.
3. And I'll use my inspire condition to get a beat.
Oh my god, listen to it, listeners. The dice.
Holy crap!
It's only once.
Oh, nice. You reroll 10s, so...
So, yeah.
1, 2,
so
3, 4. No.
You were close. One more and you would have gotten exceptional.
That's not going to load for me. Ah, there we
You
go.
print out your sheet.
Wits plus composure?
Yes.
I put an exceptional success on 4.
Ah.
You get inspired
Everything is
again.
following you.
Oh, I got a success.
And what about yourself, Tyler?
I failed.
Do you want to
So
make it?
I will make it a critical fail.
There it is. Alright, 2 things are happening. One, people are getting beats, so we should open up the beat jar. Let me just pause while we do that.
You know, it
It's
took
gonna
me
make
for a
shit ton
second.
of
I
noise.
thought.
Okay, so who? Okay, you dramatically failed.
Yes.
All right. So you turn around, and instead of seeing nothing, off in the forest, you think you see your mother.
Okay.
She's over there by the trees, calling to you. Your name's Phineas, right?
Yes.
Phineas, come here, Phineas. Phineas. So
will-
cold, Phineas.
Start walking. I will leave Bartholomew and start walking over.
Okay, we'll deal with that in just a moment. Who got a normal person success? And you did too.
I got more than that.
Yes, we'll get to that. All right, you guys turn around, and at the kind of in the fog of the Barovia kind of choking ring, you see 5 figures in black hangman's clothing, just staring at you while holding hands. They're just on the periphery of your vision. Who got a special person success?
I did.
Off where Phineas is kind of looking, there is a tree with a body hanging from it. On a hangman's noose. Like a sign around its neck.
Oh. Does the sign say anything? I guess
I stole food.
Ah. Thieves.
So, you guys turn around, which is the worst thing to do in anywhere. See that. And Phineas is wandering off.
No, he's not. No, it's just immediate. Just like
Full body
nope.
tackle.
Yeah, just like
No! You'll die!
You're being attacked, Phineas.
I'm so frail, though.
Roll initiative.
Is it initiative, or what are you doing, Phineas?
I think I'm entranced by this figure in the mist, so I just get body slammed from behind.
Sure. That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, you get tackled to the ground. I'm so cold, Phineas. So cold.
No!
Just
Do not
fades
listen!
away.
Oh, I could have sworn I saw my mother out there calling to me.
You come to you're on the ground, so where you were going is upside down from your perspective, and you're looking straight up into a hanging dead body.
Oh, shit.
This would be a time for me to make you roll integrity. So I will, by
Okay.
pausing. So listeners, we're going to do a breaking point for Phineas. I asked questions to the group, and the question I asked was what Phineas saw supernatural, or was it natural? And we just talked about it out of character to figure out if this was Phineas seeing something magic in the mists, or if it's his own mind breaking from stress. And we decided that this is a supernatural event, which means he gets a -1 to the roll. The roll is resolve plus composure, +1 because of his integrity score, and then a -1 for this thing. So roll that for the breaking point. Ooh, just straight resolve plus composure.
Since we're risking a breaking point, that's a beat.
That's what's happening.
One success.
Success. You've come through the breaking point intact. You feel guilty or upset. But, oh! Choose one of the following conditions. Are you guilty, shaken, or spooked?
I'm gonna go with spooked.
Let me look up what spooked means. So, for the time being, you are spooked, which means something that has frightened your character extensively. Anytime your character is taking action where that fear might hinder her, you may opt to fail the roll and shed this condition. This condition can be imposed by a successful degeneration roll. Resolution: fail a roll. And I think once you resolve a condition, you gotta beat.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're spooked. Oh, nope, sorry, I read shaken like an asshole. Sorry.
Okay.
Spooked. Your character has seen something supernatural, not overt enough to terrify her, but unmistakably otherworldly. How your character responds to this is up to you, but it captivates her and eats her attention. You can shed this condition when your character's fear and fascination causes her to do something that hinders the group or complicates things. She goes off alone to investigate a strange noise, stays up all night, researching, runs away instead of holding her ground. Resolution: shed the condition as noted. So you can pick shaken or spooked. You pick spooked if you still want to stick with that.
Yep.
Do something weird that burdens everyone, and you get a beat.
Just be yourself, buddy.
Go into the mist. Investigate the thing.
That's the Disney lesson you get to learn here. Be yourself.
All right, spooked. It is.
No.
Such an unthreatening word.
I know, right?
So, no, guys, like I think that this apparition that I saw, I think it was a ghost similar to the other ghost that we've been seeing. I think we need to.
We don't have time to investigate every ghost we come across.
If we leave the
How
mist
many
out this
ghosts
way,
do we
will
come
die.
across? I think we need to stay here and at least like pass the night in this area and see if we can get another contact.
Sleep in the fog. Why don't you just take a sample of the tree? Break off a piece.
Well, I don't think the tree is manifesting it.
You sure? I mean, it was used to kill this guy. I would do
As the body
anything.
swings into the side of the tree a bit from the wind.
I
Continue.
think we should pass the night here.
I
We
don't
know that if we leave this place, we can't easily come back into the mist because every time we have to come back into the mist, we have to pay the Vistani.
Asher kind of moves around behind you, like he's just kind of wandering, and while you guys are, like, while you're talking, explaining that, he's just kind of like raising the hilt of his axe towards the back of his head. He's like, kind of motioning to the other two.
Are we good with this? Is what you're saying?
Jack, no. No.
Brady doesn't say anything. That's when using holding the back end of it, not the.
Yeah, he's not going to chop him in the head.
It's clearly the bug
And-
motion.
that's
and we're
the
gonna
end
throw
of
this one
Phineas.
I should note that Asher's quite short as well, because elves are
Chopping
short.
off the bee.
We should perhaps though cut down the body and.
Whoa.
No.
That's...
no.
We already have one ghost on our ass.
He was put up there as punishment, and likely by Strahd.
deterrent.
And as a message.
As a
Yeah.
message, we don't want to fuck with Strahd.
Don't touch anything that's not yours.
This is Strahd's law. You obey it.
So
Puts the stake back.
How heavy is your character, actually?
How much do you like potatoes?
you got 7 health, so it's like average person build, I think.
I think size
I'm more of a
matters.
slight kind of frail.
Everybody's size 5.
Can I just pick him up and carry him back to the path?
What's your strength?
Oh yeah, sure. Unless he resists.
My strength
Unless it
is
becomes
3.
this whole thing.
My strength is 3, and I have athletics 3.
No.
If you saw the ghost of your mother, wouldn't you want to stay and investigate?
No.
Some elven maiden. I know what banshees are.
Yeah, she would not be an elven maiden.
Dead female elves who died in horrible situations are not what you want to fuck with. All right, buddy. Let's just just gonna try to haul you over my shoulder to go back to the path. We're moving on.
I resist.
Oh no!
Roll strength and athletics.
I think it might be brawl now.
I think. Yeah, are you resisting or are you gonna fight him?
I'm resisting. I'm not trying to fight him.
So
Oh man,
that's-
all right. How does resisting work? Let's look that up. I'm gonna pause real quick. Okay. All right, listeners. We did a flurry of reading and referencing to figure out how aiding and combat and stuff works, and it goes down like this: Radu, because he wants to help the fight, tries to grapple Phineas. He does so, and then applies the hold condition, which means neither can apply defense against incoming attacks. And then Asher comes on in and succeeds at a grapple and applies the restrain, which can only be done if someone's held, which immobilizes Phineas. So Phineas is immobilized. I think you roped him up. Phineas, what are you doing? Your friends are fucking tying you up.
Well, I'm physically restrained, but I'm trying to plead as much as I can. Like, guys, no, you don't understand. It was the ghost of my mother. There's another ghost. We have to make contact. We have to understand what's going on here. They could have an important message about the killer.
It was calling you out of the fog. That'd kill you if you leave.
Was your mother killed by the killer? What would you have to deal with that? I think you're just imagining things, trying to put them together in your head as a big mystery. Like there's a big conspiracy. Clearly there isn't one. It's fine. It's fine. Huh. He's kind of like drilling down the side of his face. He just kind of wipes it on your shirt and then puts you on the donkey.
I think someone has some shell shock here.
You don't know that word yet.
Yeah.
Was that only developed after World War I?
Yeah, they didn't really figure out that soldiers going to war makes them sad till like after World War II.
They were starting to figure that out. They did actually.
I watched Downton Abbey. They were really shitty about it.
They were really shitty about it, yes. And they're also kind of shitty about
And
it.
Downton Abbey was rich people.
I mean, to be fair, it was their servants that were sad. So.
But like,
No, the men were coming back. The rich men were coming back too.
they would do things like auto-hypnosis and stuff
It
like
was
that.
term coin in the World War II.
Aha! I knew it. That's when the shells were coming the most.
Oh yeah.
Heavy artillery was starting to get really popular.
Yeah. As we had shell shock, but then later it became post-traumatic stress disorder and so on and so on.
They didn't quite figure this out till like post World War II. Sadly.
So yeah, I guess we're just gonna put him on his donkey and keep walking.
Yep.
Okay.
You begging for your mother's afterlife, them being indifferent.
Yeah. And when they stop listening to me, I'll start begging to the ghost, being like, no, please, like, I'm sorry. I'll come back. I promise I'll come back.
As you guys are leaving the fog ring, just on the horizon, just in the mist, you think you see your mother just in the outline with something on her shoulder, something with a little fat mammalian body with little tiny hands and a ink quill tail.
You know who it might have been? Asher says. He's just kind of walking along behind everyone else. It might have been those Vistani we passed. They might have cursed you.
And I'm like,
They are like that.
You know, that would be, if you left the mist, you would die. That would be a way to find items off the dead travelers.
A good cover story. You go off the path and they rob you and kill you, so you can't tell anyone. And no one's going to question it. I mean, who's going to question a body being strung up on a tree with a sign that says thief? They're going to assume, it was the town that did it.
You had it coming.
I had it coming?
If you'd be a body hanging on the tree, you would have had it coming.
Oh.
Any further in, they would have tackled you to the ground, tied you up, and stolen your things.
You make a good point. You can untie me now.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
well,
My friend, we will have a nice drink in town. Sorry, I'm not doing any accents because
It's all good.
Damn.
you clear the infamous fog of Barovia and are in the village proper. It is a small village. Only 500 people live here, tops. And that number decreases rapidly during different parts of the year.
It's time to gentrify this bitch.
So it is a town built in a valley. There's a main road that goes right through the town and straight up to the forts, and then eventually Castle Ravenloft itself. There is also a T intersection in the middle that cuts and goes up a small dale hill to an inn, which is the Blood of the Vine. Interspersed in the town are those Barovian hovels, which are stone and thatched roofs, clay and bricked houses with that sort of stucco material on it where they've put like colored glass and bright objects in to make it look bright and homey. It's something Barovians just like to do. The road itself is paved. It looks worn down, like many feet have gone across it. People who are smart might notice that this place has been militarized. Like, The roads are made for large amounts of horses and like wagons to go through. They're wider than usual. The houses are built to be kind of angled defensively, to be used as cover and stuff. This is a village that was built from a military camp.
Nice. We visit the local Starbucks.
Yeah, there is the one, the Blood of the Vine Inn. Famous in all of Barovia, not just the village of, for its, and this is shocking, its service. Like, its hospitality.
I guess when you get so little business, because people rarely come in, you're going to treat them right when they do come in.
Paradoxically, it's because it's the only place in town.
That too. So they can just do whatever, and it's not going to matter.
Man. Like, they're not overly shitty because it's the only place in town. Paradoxically, they provide the best service you can get in all of Barovia, but you have to go into the murder fog.
You don't really look outside of the fog.
Nope. Nope. As you guys enter in, there is a large forested clearing that's clear of the fog, where there is another Vistani wagon caravan. There's 3 or 4 of these things. They're brightly colored. There's a fire going. There are Vistani in more recognizable Vistani clothing, just kind of hanging out in brightly colored, very festive outfits. Just being Vistani. Banging tambourines, making music.
Oh, Ravenloft.
Yeah,
It's in the setting.
They're people.
they're people.
Sort of.
But if you know anything about the village, and you guys obviously do because you're not going to go into this half-cocked, that's never something you would do. These are the people you talk to for the fog. The draught they sell.
Oh, right. And I'm going to untie him now that before we're too far into the village. Now that he can't leave without dying.
Yeah.
Don't worry, if your mom loves you, she'll come and haunt you here. And anywhere.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you to say.
You would be one of her fetters. Presumably.
Huh, yeah. Yeah, so you better not go in the forest and die, because otherwise, you might banish your mother's ghost.
Yeah.
He immediately feels bad about joking about that. That's actually super sad.
So on the... Oh god, what would this be? Looking north, east, west. So this is... westward. Yeah, it's odd, because the village of Barovia says it's looking westward, but that can't be right. Oh! Oh, it totally can!
You say that, but...
Neat. Okay, so to your left is the Ivlis River, which is a snaking river coming down from the Zur Falls, which, if you look at the falls just up, there are stone bridges and paths made between the 2 dueling peaks. 1,000 feet up on one lonely plateau, Castle Ravenloft is. So the water flowing from Castle Ravenloft feeds into the village.
Huh.
Interesting.
Probably very beautiful.
That-
So
T intersection I was talking about goes onward to it over a bridge, where the choking fog kind of just, I think, just ends after a while. Like you have to go through. And on the way is a large manor for the village of Barovia's burgomaster. Someone who I'm sure has a lot of influence and power, directly under the gaze of Strahd von Zarevich.
Yeah.
But you're here.
Should we introduce ourselves to the Burgermeister at all? Is that something that people do?
Would he
when traveling
care?
in? That's kind of my question. Like,
Yeah, like,
is that polite or is that wasting his time?
It's not something that would be pertinent to what you're doing.
Right. We're not there on any kind of official business.
Exactly. You're not here to do something for the village, and you're not here on official business. You're doing something for Krezk, so it's probably okay for you not to talk to him.
Then I think we should head straight to the end.
yeah, it also might bother the authorities here that we're investigating ghosts and stuff like that. That's not something normal people do in Barovia. So
Saying that you're investigating ghosts is considered bad luck.
Oh yeah. People don't like it.
you don't speak their name.
It's a point there are ghosts here.
There's an old known legend that if you do that, you will be hung.
And you can be hung for anything, so... I would be surprised.
Now let's head right into the inn.
Okay, you head up the path, up the Dale Hill, and there is the Blood of the Vine Inn. It's a larger building. Yeah, it's like 3 stories.
Ooh.
There are like large stables for caravans and carts. There's people outside just, hanging out around a campfire. People selling like cooked foods and items, and there's a small little marketplace kind of built up around the inn. People look at you because you're strangers.
Yep. I will walk over sheepishly and look and see if anyone's got any rabbit's feet to sell. Or
Yeah, there's a woman selling, what is it called, venison? What would they call a rabbit?
Rabbit would just be rabbit, I think.
Yeah.
There's a word for it.
I'm sure there is.
There's a word for rabbit meat, and she's selling that word.
No, like a taxidermy foot.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So she's selling rabbit, which is the only kind of close thing you can get. It's like, hey, what can I get you?
I'm looking for a rabbit's foot taxidermy, with fur.
Charm?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, come back tomorrow.
Thank you.
3 rat tails.
Okay. Presumably that's higher robbery, but yeah.
Yeah. Done.
Bad luck to have over your good luck.
It is, says the De Beers Good Luck Charm Corporation. Yeah, so she'll, you come back to her tomorrow and she'll have that.
Rabbit's feet, for future reference, does not have a special name. It's one of the few meats that doesn't.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it did. Weird.
No. I guess the fruitful French people didn't eat rabbits.
I guess they didn't. They're too cute. You can die eating rabbit's meat. It's not filling.
Yep. Yeah.
You'll just die. Your body won't get enough food, and you'll starve to death eating meat.
Perfect diet.
Yeah, that's actually ironic considering that's the promoting in Venezuela right now. They keep withdrawing you away a bunch of.
Yeah, they give people rabbits. And like, oh, those are not pets, those are meat. Eat meat.
Yeah, no, that won't work out. Anyway, yeah, so the inn is there. I'm presuming you guys enter.
Yep.
3-story inn, very big, probably holds 50, 60 people if it was ever full. But large rafters, large rooms, big hearth fires, large, old tables, healthy portions and food being served, and just friendly fucking people. And there's like a bard, an actual bard, playing music, like taking requests.
Huh.
Yeah. He looks like he might be from Lamortia, and he actually has like a small kind of like punch piano in the corner, and he's playing on it.
Oh,
I'll try and find someone who looks like they might be the proprietor or reasonably in charge.
the innkeep.
The innkeep.
Sure. Yeah, there is. Here, let me pause briefly. The proprietor of the Blood of the Vine is Vonda. She's an older woman. Looks Barovian.
Okay.
Which
I'll
she
go
doesn't
up
tell.
and introduce myself. Say, hey, my name is Phineas Grossfellow. I'm a friend of Sambai. He directed me this way.
Oh,
Said I might find
Well,
a friendly
well.
face.
all right. Let me just. All right. So, yes, it was Vonda. You had said something, had you?
Yeah. Well, I just introduced myself. Said that we had a mutual friend. Told me to come her way.
And what was that name again?
Sambai?
Soma?
Sambai?
Sambai. There we go. Sambai. Oh, he's a friend. Yes. Yes. You know him.
Yes, I do.
How is that old dandelion eater?
He was good the last time I saw him. Still eating dandelions.
Very nice. Very good. Well, how kind of him to send you our way. To patron our inn.
Yes. Do you know of an orphanage here in town?
She kind of smiles when you start talking about the orphanage. Where are you from?
Krezk.
Ah. She makes a Ezra, or actually it's a Morning Lord sign. It's the Stations of the Sun,
Okay.
which is just listeners looks like the fucking sign of the cross. They all do. The Ezraite's the sword, and is the sword bar over the shield, which is the sign of the cross. The Morning Lord is the Stations of the Sun.
At least they should do it in circle.
No, it's north, south, east, west. Where you would start where the sun rises, but
So should you just go in circle like
No,
the
you-
sun does? No. Oh, Devon. No. No, Devon.
Fucking dabbing. It's like we must burn this
Chainsaw.
village down. It is an unholy place.
anyway, Krezk. Yes, interesting times in westward Krezk.
Yes, we're having some difficulties there.
Well, the children's house here in Barovia hasn't really been operating quite as frequently as it used to. Not very many children for it. A lot of them end up taking work on the caravans or in the mines.
Yes, we're interested more in something that may have happened in the past. Someone who comes from the children's house and went to work in the mines at Krezk.
I meant the mines here in Barovia, but also, yes, very valid. You want to speak to Mother Superior Amaretto.
Yes.
She is the current... she tends to the children's house when, new people will come in. At the moment, she doesn't really have much to do other than tend to the house, administer alms to the poor.
When you mentioned the problems in Krezk, you had a bit of a look to you. Are you familiar with our troubles?
I know Krezk takes in a lot of strangers and outsiders, and that lends itself to some very, what some would consider unnatural problems.
I've found that outsiders aren't always as bad as they're made out to be, personally.
It's true. Sometimes you get strangers, wanderers. Every once in a while we'll get a merry band that will come to speak with the Count, so to say. Sometimes you get different folk. Maybe more unsavory types. Merchants and the like. Or missionaries.
I can't say I've had too many good experiences with merchants as of late.
Or missionaries. People trying to bring their inane charlatan customs and religions into our town. You know how it is.
Quite.
She kind of smiles because she's clearly is in the know.
So how do you know Sambai?
Sambai was one of those funny little men who would come through town to meet with the Count. Oh, ages ago. Decades now. He came in with some friends, more like us, but far dirtier. Darkanese types. They parted ways shortly after. Sambai decided to stay here in our little country.
Is there anything about the children's house that strikes you as a bit, I don't know?
Places like that aren't usually versed in pleasant history. A lot of sadness there, a lot of loneliness. They tend to form a sinkhole, a place where emotions kind of drag down deep, where the land itself feels a bit bleaker. It tends to make things go a little peculiar during witching hours. The dark begets the dark.
And on that note, what can you tell me about the Mother Superior?
Amaretto? Kind of soul. Not born and raised here.
Where's she from?
Oh. Far away. A place of forests and mushrooms. Very humid, very jungly. I can't recall the name. But it's no secret around here. She used to be a sort of witchblade. Crusader of their fruit and flower gods.
Very protective of the children?
She's a very good woman. Cantankerous in her age, as we all are.
I see.
She came here after she was tired of the Inquisitions and the torchbearers.
I can see how that would be tiring.
Aye.
Well, would it be possible for I and my companions to rent some rooms for the night?
Of course. Any
And
friend.
do you have a stable?
Yes, definitely. Any friend of Sambai?
Yes.
Pronunciations are hard for me.
It's
Any friends of Sambai? She, charges you money. Not a lot.
We have none.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Is it possible to give more money for a better room? Or would that be kind of offensive to...
She'll set you up with one of the rooms she sets up for friends.
Ah.
When you go in, you notice that the interior door has a lock on it, and one of a man, it looks like her husband, kind of comes in to set you up. He sort of like shows you the lock and shows you how it's kind of a little weak, and then flips open a panel on the side of the wall where there's a deadbolt made of cold iron, and just shows you how to slide it in, slide it out.
Nice.
When he lets it go with the cold iron bolt, his hands have the slightest redness to them that kind of just go pale. He's a swarthy fellow, would be the word. Very Mediterranean looking. Dark skin, dark hair, sort of large wide eyes.
Okay.
Aren't I affected by cold iron as well?
I don't know, are you fair
I
folk?
thought we decided that like earlier that I actually was. Huh.
If so, then do it. Do what you will with the whole cloth of law.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a thing actually in Ravenloft. So yeah, it's just like, oh well. Gets on his glove.
He shows you where there's a more secure deadbolt built into these rooms.
Aspiration, I think some of them are fulfilled.
Yeah, let's talk about aspirations real quick. Round table starting with Pete.
I got nothing, but I know Asher and Phineas did something.
What did Asher and Phineas get?
Find comfort in Barovia.
In the village of Barovia.
Bing.
In the village of Barovia.
establish an intimate connection with someone in the village of Barovia.
Bing!
Ah, there you go.
Alright, you knocked those out. What do we got left for, guys?
Let's see. Asher got destroyed the murderers took to my village and find out who's plotting against me. Phineas has put to rest the killer that threatens my village and find the fetter. Jack has put the ghost to rest, find the fetter, visit the orphanage. And Radu got prove he's not a jinx, prove bravery, improve social standing.
Tricky.
Yeah.
But not undoable.
Well, yeah, I kind of came up with it was not really knowing
That's
what we were
okay.
doing.
For aspirations, make them real easy for the short terms.
Yeah.
Like, one of the example ones is, get into a fight with my wife. Totally doable.
Mhm.
Just do it. Just get into a fight. Just be like, your chicken's a little dry like it is every day, you fucking bitch, and then get into a fist fight with her. Boom, done.
Yeah, pretty much.
One beat!
What aspirations are the things you want?
Dude.
What?
It's Colors of Darkness, man. But yeah, short-term aspiration, you want something that will come up this session.
Yeah.
Long term is like something you want to be working towards within the next 2-3 sessions, roughly. Maybe a bit more. Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to swap them out and pick better ones as we're going along, feel free. It's all good. They're not locked in.
Yep, I'll
Because you get a feeling for them.
yeah, proving he's not a jinx isn't really. I would just we go with arguably like saving a party member from harm because
Sure. Pulling someone out of the fire.
Saving someone from harm.
Does it say if you can push them in first before doing it? And then let's
Right?
farm
can
some beats here, guys.
Reasonably rely on you to do that for him.
The noise.
Noises. Okay. Well, we're established right now, so...
Yes, you're in town, you get to rest, you got a place to hold your stuff, there's secure rooms, you got your run of the place.
So, should we visit the orphanage?
Yeah. Is it hot in here?
No.
Just kind of opens the window and just leans half his body out.
Just drink some cool water.
Yeah.
It's still chilly spring.
There is a pitcher that has water in the room in it. It's clear, it's not like all gross and shit.
Yeah.
It's not full of, mosquito eggs.
I think I might have come on down with something from the forest. That fog,
Yeah.
Good
Sounds...
thing you're traveling with the doctor.
Yeah. We'll check it out later. The orphanage sounds like a good idea.
Leaning out the window, there's a large kind of sturdy cedar tree outside, full of plumage and plant feathers.
Flowers.
That's no, the other one.
Fruit?
Blossoms.
Leaves?
Leaves.
I
Okay.
forgot the word for leaves. Plant feathers.
7.
Sometimes I have moments, okay.
Little strokes.
Like Jones. Anyway, it's a large, redwood tree or whatever, and inside is just an entire, maybe a few dozen crows. They're all sort of, staring around. A few of them are just looking at you guys in the window, making that sound.
So speaking of the orphanage, what's our angle going in here to talk to?
Well, we've got this rosary here.
Yeah, but I mean, what do we want to say? Like, hey, we found this lodged in the mouth of a corpse. We think it might be possessed by a serial killer who was born and raised here, and now he's a ghost.
I mean,
We'll
And
ask
we might
if
have
she
to
knows she
burn your
lost
orphanage down.
do you remember how he looked? I mean, rather you saw his face.
Yeah. Let's ask how she lost it, and maybe look into let's not go with the murder angle right away. Let's say theft.
Does she give those away to the children that leave this orphanage, or did someone steal it from her?
That is an impressive piece of jewelry to just give away to a random orphan.
I mean,
Okay, so we know this came from your orphanage. We're just trying to return it. Maybe track down how it got to Krezk.
He was involved in a
You know where it
crime.
was lost. Okay, that's good.
we found the corpse. We want to keep that
We'll go to the orphanage.
blessed.
Alright, so, I'm going to move away from the piano of the Blood of the Vine Inn.
To orphanage music.
Fake wings. The children's house is attached to a Morning Lord chapel. There are many, of course, churches and whatnot in Barovia. They're everywhere. There's old monasteries. As you all well know from your little adventures in the mountain monastery and the underground hellscape with Girard de Lisnia.
And the other Delisnia.
Priscilla. But yeah, it is a Morning Lord kind of chapel. It looks like it would hold. It looks like the chapel would be like a house for 2 or 3 people who are Morning Lord clergy, and the children's house looks like it holds 10, 20 beds, and it has like 2 or 3 floors to it in a basement for just holding stuff children would need to be taken care of. It doesn't look awfully decrepit. It just looks about the same taken care of as every other building in the village. You guys kind of approach it. I think it was dawn when you guys got here last time.
Did we travel through the fog at night?
I thought it was dawn when you traveled through the fog.
Okay, yeah.
I thought. Whoever listened to this episode back to back is like, these fucking people.
I mean,
You know what? Comic books can't even keep night-day continuity, so why the fuck should we?
those are better than this, Devin.
Comic books cost $90
No,
a
we're
comic. No. We're not Alan Moore or that guy who made that Sandman.
You made
Johnny Depp. He wrote Sandman. Anyway, it was dawn. It is midday-ish now. So the chapel is, of course, open for people to go with their problems. He has a little bell that rings. There's no one around, because who wants to go by a children's place? Oh wait, who has magic eyes or crazy supernatural senses? Who took that?
Well, that's my next purchase.
Okay, so you don't have it now.
Yes, because they have an FXP.
Oh, smallest violin.
Yeah, I thought you said we didn't need to take it because we just kind of
Oh, yeah,
automatically
I
sensed
said
stuff.
you had a weird sixth sense. I'm just asking if anyone took an actual big power to back it up.
No, I opted not to.
I'm
Just the. I really should look up what the supernatural luck line does.
You'll have a handle on it for next session.
I
But
have-
you're magic already, so that's fine. That's all I need to know.
I've got Occult 1 and Trained Observer.
Who else has a cult?
Yo.
Ah, you fucks. You all have a cult. Yeah. Look who's SMRT. Alright, automatically walking in, you all get a chill down your spine, like something's wrong with the place. Like, it just feels like when you're walking up a steep set of stairs and the weight of what you're carrying pushes you down. That's what this place feels like, just entering the grounds.
This is not a good place.
Yeah.
No, I don't like this.
I'd be more disconcerted if he turns out that he came from a good place. This kind of backs
Shining
our
time station.
yeah. This backs our kind of current theory of what's going on.
I mean, a lunatic's a lunatic.
There's,
No happy way to raise one of those.
there's an iron wrought fence that goes around the chapel and connects to the children's home and goes around back, and a tiny child graveyard.
Oh,
Little
iron?
headstones. I mean, it's iron.
Too much laudanum.
Is there anyone around?
No.
Is there any
There's a bell. I'm ring it.
what do you call it? Is there any attached dwelling?
Yes,
Place.
the chapel.
Yeah. So there's but are we not in the chapel?
No, you're outside right now. Like, as soon as you walked onto the grounds of this place, you got chill, and that's why I brought it up before you actually entered the buildings proper.
Go and knock on the chapel
Make
door.
some ward off evil eye signs.
The door is open. Like, one of the doors is open, and another one has bills posted on it. Like, not like monetary bills, but events, notices, that sort of thing. The inside is a small set of pews. There is a large statue of the Morning Lord, which is a crude representation of a beautiful man who is painted and kind of clayed to look like he's made of light. It looks very Catholic. Just straight up. It's a Catholic church.
Yeah, the painted ones always have such creepy eyes.
Oh, you don't see his eyes. His hands are covered. Or, no. The face is stone, and it has a single handprint that's, painted red over it to signify blood.
Right.
Morning, Lord Man. But, when you walk in, there is someone in one of the pews. They're praying. They have a rosary in their hand. They are old. They're a woman.
I'll kneel next to them and sort of pay my respects to the Morning Lord and wait for them to finish.
Alright. She'll get up and sort of just kind of walk around to the pew in front and kind of sit, almost leaning a bit with her arm on the pew. Huh. You're a bunch of strangers from Krezk.
How did you know?
I can smell the salt mine on you.
That is hard to get out.
Aye.
Well, my name is Phineas.
The Gross Bottoms, right?
Yes.
Heard of these.
You're well informed about our town.
Been through there a few times. There was a problem 30 years back. Some friends and I went through there and had a bit of a time.
What kind of problem?
It's a long story, but there was a man and there was a wolf, and they weren't the same thing.
Asher just kind of nods to himself. Oh, Asher, by the way. Pleasure.
The elf.
I'm only one in Krezk, so...
And you must be the Mad Gunman and the
it
Jinx.
Yes.
Right. How can I help you?
We have something that we believe came from here. We're hoping you might give us some more information about it.
Oh,
Sure.
I'll bring out the amulet, the pendant.
Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time.
He's just gonna hand it over.
She kind of handles it and just drops it into a font of like baptismal water that she has around, and just kind of she has like a little like stirring stick and just kind of prods it around in there while you guys are talking, rinsing it.
Vince look bad now.
Where'd you find it?
Found it in a corpse, actually.
Buried with someone? It's not a good sign.
Not buried. We had a criminal in town, a bit of a serial killer.
A ripper?
Yeah, that's a word for it.
I didn't think there were any in Barovia.
All right, so might as well just be straight up with this. He tortured them in a very specific way, and we found the amulet inside one of the victims.
Any burn marks inside their throat?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Go on.
I'm not gonna bring up the possession because that's a very weird. Oh wait, she's a crusader.
She's a witch.
She knows.
God damn you, Devin. Down on the back of the eyes. Bones
Demon
were.
sign?
Yeah, that's the word.
What are you in for?
A rough time.
Well, a couple of years ago, Krezk had another problem with a man who was killing people, and now he came back, also killing people. After we killed him last time.
We're hoping you could shed some light on the situation.
I heard about the killings. I didn't realize it was a ripper.
He came from your orphanage, apparently, or
Really?
kind of what we put together.
Not ideal.
You have any kids that go off here? I mean,
Off?
like strange?
We get our fair share. I don't really talk about them to... I know you, but I don't really talk about them to strangers.
Like, how old was he?
Like
Because you
a
saw
little
him.
before, and I had an idea of what he looked like. Because,
Do you give a description?
yes, but he kind of was.
Was he mute?
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Yeah.
Did not say a word.
Yes, I remember him. That was Lyson.
License.
It means light or spark. Something from the old books that they dug up.
Yeah, he was working as a miner in town when he started sneaking in through a tunnel, killing people in the village before sneaking back.
Huh. It's sad. He was, there wasn't anything odd about him. Parents died of a sickness, went through town. It was a cough, pretty bad. A lot of people got it. The scarlet fever. We had an outbreak of it a few decades back. Mostly cut it off before it, spread to everyone. But you lose people. You burn houses down.
He's come back as a spirit, a ghost. He started doing the exact same thing again. We have no way of stopping him unless we figure out what the hell he's attached to.
Spirits form bonds in death that were important to them in life.
And if he grew up here, was there anything he was attached to?
I'm gonna have to check the old storage. A lot of the children's possessions just end up here.
Would you allow us access?
Sure.
Would you know what in there was his?
It's been a long time and I get a lot of children. I don't want to sound cold, but see a lot of people. He liked to draw. He kept a diary. He couldn't. She gestures to her throat with a little stick. He couldn't talk, so he liked to write. He was literate. He was good. After we fixed his left-handedness.
Oh, we found some of his diaries.
Yeah, he had a witch's hand, and we thought that was a little much for a deaf kid.
Yeah.
A little over the top, so put a stop to that.
Sign of things to come.
She's left-handed, by the way.
And the witch.
And a witch. Yeah. If you can show us, we'll. If we could just help ourselves, it would be appreciated.
Sure. She leads into the children's section, and there's like a basement. Like the children's section are just cots of beds that are currently stripped bare, and like they don't have anything in them because there's no kids here.
I'm guessing the biggest influx happened when there was scarlet fever.
Yeah.
Also, probably explains the tiny little child graves in the back.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Scarlet fever. You get scarlet fever. You get animal attacks. Travelers who come through, they end up disappearing when the children are left. You know, anemia. A lot of anemia in the village.
Oh, maybe they should get more iron.
Yeah. That's the blood sickness you mentioned, yeah?
Yeah, one of them.
One of them. Awful lot. It comes in waves every few years.
Okay.
There's like bulbs of garlic hanging from all the windows and door frames. There's like small like strips of silver that have been pounded into the frames of all the windowsills and doors that have just been covered up with grime and oil and grease, so you can't see them shine.
That doesn't feel unusual for anyone in Barovia.
It's a little much for an orphanage.
I mean, she's a trained witch. She knows her stuff.
It's a nightmare.
She is.
Yeah. But yeah, she leads you down to the sort of basement area where it looks like it used to be like a burial thing, and it's been stripped bare and turned into a place people can live. It used to be like a mausoleum, basically. And it's just stacks and stacks of shelves and things stored on them, and trunks and
So
jars.
It's built on ancient whatever burial ground.
It's a church. Everything's built on a graveyard in Barovia. This place had 4 wars.
Oh no.
That
One Strad.
Strahds came to power in Barovia by wiping out the Turks, which were the Turks. Thrice. It was a countrywide brutal war. But yeah, she like lights a lantern and stuff, and just kind of hangs it up and just sort of gestures.
Okay. Let's start our investigation.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Asher just kind of sits back for the obvious reason that he can't fucking read, and therefore is useless in trying to find a written journal.
How do you determine if your character is literate or not?
You decide if they're literate or not.
Yeah.
He basically takes it as a condition, so when it really fucks with him, he gets a beat for it.
Yeah, it's just a condition. I
Yeah.
start
Pretty much, since we converted from the savage worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going to be illiterate before that,
Yeah.
too. It's just part of his character. Okay. He has the dyslexia, which is something a lot of my characters actually wind up having.
Right? A lot of my characters end up having just because I slur.
Okay. Should we start rolling for something?
Well, what are you doing? You gotta describe how you're investigating, and
Okay.
that'll lead to
Well,
what you're looking for.
I would say that there aren't that many books in here because books are expensive, yo. So there's a limit of them. Plus, since he's left-handed, then as he'll be writing, he'll be smearing it with his other hand. So there you go. As a trained observer.
Oh, sorry. Someone's a fucking investigator.
Yep.
Alright, that's a trained observer right there. So that's what Peter's doing. You 3, what do you guys do?
Radu, I decided his parents died horribly of something absolutely, like, not like a usual cause, but something absolutely, like, jinx-worthy. So he grew up in an orphanage, and he's basically trying to think from the perspective of an
Did you grow up in this orphanage?
Probably more present, more likely. Though, if you want to put that in...
If you want to grow up in this orphanage, you just grew up in this orphanage.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Like, you lived in Krezk, then you had to go to an orphanage, and then you came back to Krezk, and that's why you're a wanderer.
Okay.
It's pretty jinxy.
Pretty jinxy.
Alright,
So yeah, it's basically, it's like, oh yes, memories. You know, he finds like some old like toy he left here back when, like a Jax or something. Or,
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of shit like that.
Much stuff.
but he thinks where would be a good place to hide something that you know you didn't want people to find in case there's something.
It's a good way to go about it. How would you translate that into a role? What skill would you want to use?
How about...
Alright, think about that for a moment while we move over to our great detective.
I'm not the
Phineas.
detective.
That's it's gonna keep coming up. Can you read? Do you invent things? Guess what that makes you?
Streetwise and wits.
Streetwise is very good. That's a very good choice.
I am going to go out and try and chat with the Mother Superior a bit more.
Sure.
I'm going to try... You know, I know that she said that she can't quite recall anything, and it can be difficult to sort of just, on a moment's notice, reach out and grasp back. But maybe if we start talking, chatting, having a couple stories, she starts to reminisce about the kids back in the day.
Perfect.
Like, organically, something might
Yeah,
come up.
that's an excellent way to go about it. So whatever that social skill would be that you want to use, that is perfect. And then we come to Asher. Illiterate, drunk, frothing at the mouth Asher.
I'm gonna look through the possessions, like toys and whatnot, and kind of try to get a feel for them. Like not a like supernatural feel, but just sensations and whatnot. Look through them, see what seems cared
Like
for.
empathy.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, go for it. So while you're doing that, let's come back to Peter. Or come back to Jack.
Okay.
So Jack, what did you do?
I got an exceptional success on my investigating roll. I also used my inspired condition and got it back and so on, so I guess that's a beat.
Aha, another beat for the pot.
Aha.
Aha!
And since I visited the orphanage, that's my inspiration.
Haha!
Aha.
We're just gathering those up for the group. So, let me go to the investigation system. So you got an exceptional success?
Yep.
Let me... Here we are, uncovering the clue. So you uncover a clue with an extra element. You create a condition to benefit the search, which include informed, inspired. Do we limit to those things? Okay, yeah, sure.
Inspired.
Oh man, I should be throwing modifiers at you for these rolls.
Ooh.
I should really be throwing these at you guys, especially for this whole place. Sorry, gang. I didn't realize.
Next time.
Next time. Next time. Yeah, fine. Because they balance out. You have unrestricted access to the scene. It's over a year old. They would balance out just fine, I think, at this point. For baby's first investigation we're doing.
Yep.
Okay, so you got a clue with an extra element. And then you can pick between informed or inspired. Or I pick between informed or inspired. So... just to informed. I'm going to give you informed, based on you being a keen guy. So that means you can, when you make a roll related to the topic, the investigation of him as a kid, if you fail, you can shed the condition for a success. If it's a success, you can shed it for an exceptional success.
Ooh. That's useful.
Yep. So, boom, that's what you have right now. You are informed. And resolving it gives you a beat.
Huzzah.
So, we'll get back to clues and elements, because I'll read that whole thing at once.
Yep.
After we get through all of these. So... And then we'll talk about what you actually got.
Yep.
6.
So you got an exceptional success.
Yep.
Same thing as Peter. I'm also going to give you informed.
Okay.
So you have it.
Success.
Just success?
Yeah, 2. So
Alright, so you get a clue, and it doesn't have any extra elements, but it has elements based on what you got, which we'll get to in a moment. And Kevin.
I got a success.
Alright, same thing then as Phineas. So, let me pause and just read that up real quick, because the amount of elements you get will determine kind of the fiction of the clues you found.
Yep.
So I'm just going to pause. Jack Angus. So, we just found out how elements and stuff work, listeners. Fucking read the book if you want to find out more. The system's a little, it's not complicated, but it's a bit much just to talk over word for word. So, going through the various texts and books you find in this place, and these guys are able to kind of help sort it out as two of them are also going through the location. You're able to collect all the books together that are kind of obvious, and you do find one that's clearly written by a left-handed child.
Yep.
It is a diary, and it's basically like it details his life in the orphanage, him learning to read and write, and just talk about his feelings. So that element is there. It's his diary.
Okay. Should we use the...
Oh yeah.
Okay.
gonna do that as I move along. The other aspect of it is you notice that the cover is a little loose, and if you slide it open, there are sketches inside. And it looks like he was like learning how to sketch as a kid, and the sketches are of like landscapes and stuff, local landscapes.
Interesting.
Streetwise, right?
Mhm.
Okay. You eventually head upstairs because that's where the kids hung out. And in one of sort of the bookshelves, if you slide it across, there's floorboards that were loose from when you were here, that had been loose for a long time. And if you dig into them and reach down, you eventually find like a little box, like a little wood box that is full of sculptures. The sculptures are carved out of soapstone, and they are of local things in the area here. Some of them are replicating headstones, some of them are like crude recreations of the church, some of them are little animals. One of them is a small diorama of standing stones. So the element is that they're carvings, and the other element is one of them is a landscape carving. Amaretto. Talking with Amaretto, she is straight up able to tell you that once he left the orphanage, he actually has a place out in the woods. It just like crystallizes in her mind. He has a cabin in the woods because he liked hanging out on like the lake shores and stuff.
Cabin in the woods by here or by Krezk?
By here. It's like a 2-hour walk out.
Within the fog circle?
It's riverside, not lakeside. But on the opposite side of the river from the fog. It's like a scenic cabin he built for like the course of 2 or 3 years. And you were doing the empathy thing?
Yep.
Empathy? A lot of the game board pieces looks like they were carved out of soapstone. Like they'd clearly been broken and don't look like the originals, and it looks like they were replicated. Like little chess pieces, jacks, that sort of thing, marbles, throwing stones.
Very creative children.
Yeah.
Is there like a uniformity to them at all? Like,
They match his. If you compare, they match. Same carver.
So, do I know where there's a local source of? I mean, soaps is pretty common, but if there's a local like a quarry or something for them around, or
There you go. Finding the soapstone source might help.
remember these in this area. They were very common, but they would bring them in once every few days. I was not here that long, but I do remember that the older kids would come and bring soapstone from their carvings from inside. It must be soon close by because it would not be beyond the mist.
Could be, yeah. We should look at maybe jewelers, anyone like that in town that they'd have a source. Someone's got to use soapstone around here.
It's also possible that the source might be out by a cabin.
Cabin?
Yeah, the
Was-
guy had a cabin that he built out by the river. If he built it himself, he might have built it by a location that was special to him. Maybe a place where he spent a lot of time as a kid.
My character is a miner originally. Would he have an understanding of where soapstone tends to be?
I don't even know where soapstone tends to be. But I have an idea of where this location would be. What kind of mining experience do you have to like roll on? Like any sort of academic or knowledge or
Crafts?
crafts? Do you have crafts?
1 second.
Anyone have crafts?
I have one in craft.
I've got crafts.
Crafts. Love crafts.
Survival as well.
I would defer to his knowledge of crafts.
Yeah.
I'll give him the kind of, sourcing.
Mhm.
I guess it would be like what are the mentals? Wits, intelligence,
Intelligence, wits.
I think this is just factual, so intelligence and craft.
I will spend willpower on it. 4 successes. One shy.
One shy. Barovian soapstone is usually by grave earth. Like, not this graveyard, but scenes where a lot of like large-scale battles and like mass graves are. So you get Barovian everywhere, but usually where battles are. And this ravine here in the village of Barovia, if you go just down the ravine by the river, is where like a major Turg force was just absolutely destroyed, and a lot of Barovians were killed and mass buried.
So by the river.
Yeah, on the inside of the fog ring.
So what are initial clues?
Yeah. Write down stuff when we take a break next. But yeah, this is kind of what you got. That's sort of what you pieced together. If you can get kind of one more clue, because you've dug up 4 just in this round here, you will have completed the first stage of the puzzle, which is understanding him as a kid. And we'll go to what we talked about for that interview thing. Unless you want to try and complete it in complete style.
I mean, we could go to the grave earth place right here.
Yeah, if we have a lead, we might as well not do it incomplete.
Yeah.
That seems like something you do when you have no other option.
That seems like the
Or
next
I-
thing we do. We need to check that out.
Yeah, or if you run out of time, I suppose.
Alright, you spent a few hours in here and kind of sussed it all up then.
Yeah.
So, where are you heading next?
The ravine, I guess.
Yep. And then find the grave earth. I guess I'll be comparing the locations for the sketches to that, maybe.
Yeah, there are sketches of like the ravine area where the river's on the left side and inside the fog.
Yeah. We've got some of those carvings show landscapes, so I'll keep an eye out for any. I'll show them to people and tell people to keep an eye out for any.
Interesting thing about some of those landscapes carvings is there's carvings of standing stones.
Yep.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for anything that looks like these.
Yeah, we'll
Especially
need
the
to
diagram.
Does it look anything like
the
the
place we
standing
visited,
stones
yeah.
we were at before? Where
Like
the
where
Vistani
you-
came?
No. In fact, who was where the fairy ring was when that broke? There it is. Somebody's getting a hunch.
So the fairy ring.
The designs on the stones match the fairy ring you guys messed with the fair folk at a few
Oh.
years back.
Oh no. Okay, well, we definitely want to investigate that after.
Like there's just the designs and markings are very unique. And they
Yes.
sort of merged, like with little kids' hands.
Well, let's investigate within the fog for now. So, follow side.
Alright. So, you guys head on out, away from the village of Barovia, but still inside the fog, to that part of the ravine by the river where there is a battleground. It's hilly and has dips in it, and there's a lot of, like, sort of build-up underneath over the years. The earth is very black and rich here, like it's been tilled, but people don't plant stuff or go to it. They kind of just leave it alone. This is where you guys are. You guys have to find the soapstone deposit. But you have a large area to canvas.
Okay, let's just take a look around, I guess. Try not to, It's unlucky to go too far off in the middle of the Barovian wilderness by yourself.
Yeah, everything's unlucky here.
Christ, yes.
I'd take a shovel, I would probably have, because we
Yeah.
can pack for this
Yeah.
travel, and start digging into more recent-looking piles of mud and whatnot, pushing that aside.
That makes sense, absolutely.
Well, I'd try to match the sketch to the actual place, see where he was at.
So matching the sketch, digging fresh areas. What are you two doing?
I have an in-depth knowledge of geology as a skilled academic, so
Yeah.
I'm going to try and use my knowledge of that to figure out where the soapstone would be.
Sure.
I'm going to check this place out out as a kid, so I'm going to try and go low and climb into areas that are
Perfect. Alright, pick what you guys would like to roll, and roll.
athletics.
I almost would think of these streetwise, but athletics works too if you're going to get, really,
Yeah.
active.
I'm going to go athletics plus strength.
Just for smashy.
Yep.
Yep, stamina. Alright, I'm going to pause
Stamina
while
plus
we're all
strength?
rolling a bunch of noisy dice.
And I'm also...
And we're back. So, let's go from the top. You've all rolled your dice, right?
Yep.
We dealt with that?
Yep.
Perfect. Jack Angus,
Yeah.
you were using your observation skills to match up the sketches.
Yep. I got an exceptional success.
Of course you did, Peter.
Yes.
Absolutely, of course you did. Did you spend Inspired by any chance, or...?
I didn't have inspired, Devin. I had informed. I didn't need to. I couldn't even spend it because I already got an exceptional success. So that means I guess I now am inspired because I already have informed condition.
I guess you are, Peter. I guess you are.
Found his beats.
So let's see.
The XP engine.
Yeah, it's broken.
I love it. I love it. I love it being broken. Anyway, with an exceptional success, you're matching up the landscape, seeing where it could have been drawn from. You eventually come to a clearing in this military site that looks like it was drawn from a kind of weird perspective, lower to the ground, of course. Where eventually, what did you get? Success or
4
exception?
successes.
A success.
Yeah.
You two eventually converge on the same area. What?
If you want, you can spend it in informed condition to make it into exceptional success,
Yeah, sure, why not?
and then you can give it back.
It's a beat in the pool. So you're no longer informed, you're now inspired, which means you spend the... No, it's inspired for the exception. Which means because you're inspired, because that's pretty inspired actually to do the kid thing, you can spend it to gain back a willpower and to make a success exceptional on 3 successes instead of 5. That's just a floating thing you have to just tap.
Yep. Okay.
That's the potential you have. You two, eventually, the exceptional people, low to the ground and using perspective, and you basically cluster off and work together. Find this area of the clearing where there are mounds that have been kind of caved in, and it looks like there's an actual, like, you have to get on your belly to get in, but there's like a little tunnel system that's been carved out and stitched up with like wooden stuff by kids. You were using your knowledge of geography?
Geology. Yeah.
Geology. Okay. And you were digging, right?
Yep.
Alright, you two also pair off, because he's digging and you're geologizing. You guys find a few mounds that are actually sort of concaving in, and some that are actually ballooning up in a weird way, and tap them. And find that the ones that are ballooning up recently have been unearthed by like people, and therefore the corpses inside have like released gas and like made them get weird. And yeah, there's like old like brittle bones that have kind of soaked into the vine works and the sort of marsh area. And yeah, there's soapstone under here. It's white and glossy, like almost like polished bone.
And I didn't succeed. I critically failed.
Yes, you did. You absolutely did, but you did find soapstone. But we will get to that.
Okay.
Get to that in just a moment. Yeah, just a moment. But yeah, you're having Asher slam your way into the soapstone with a shovel to kind of try and find it and stuff. You got a normal success, right?
I got a normal success.
Okay. I hate to say Phineas might be dragging you down just a smudge.
Per the
I am an albatross about your neck.
Oh look, I saw my mother again.
You should dig right here. Just falls into like a bottomless chasm.
If he fell, I would just be like, oh well, start piling
Powers
them up.
check.
No, he was already dead.
Let's
So you have found this little kid-sized tunnel, and none of you are kid-sized.
yeah.
Because I keep thinking Phineas is a hobbit, but he's not.
This is why we should have brought
mean,
mutants.
He's a full-grown man. He's not Aziz Ansari, who's like 2 feet tall.
We do have some lanky elf and child here.
He's not that small. He's a half elf.
We might be able to.
He also eats a lot of starchy food and doesn't take care of himself.
He really doesn't. Beer belly,
We
man.
might be able to dig some of this out. It can't be that deep.
If we only had Newt with us.
He only adopted Newt as a guy. You'd send a little child in.
Powers check.
Yes.
Christ.
Or no. So you two are going to figure out how to get into this thing. You could crawl in. You could just start to crawl on in on your belly into this small, confined, claustrophobic area.
It is mud. Just apply your boot to the other guy and slowly slide him in.
Good
Oil
thing my
up.
character was in Vietnam. Otherwise, that'll be a nightmare.
Yeah, you would have some problems if you were a Vietnam vet. But yeah, this is like a trench thing. Like you've dealt with stuff like this before.
Not it.
I'll go first.
Oh my god! You can't see
I
it,
will go
but
first.
Peter put his finger to his nose and went, "Not it." Jesus Lord.
No, Radix. I will go first.
Okay.
Bravery.
Cute.
You got your aspiration. Throw a beat in the
I will
ball.
not be. I will not be the only survivor of this. I'm just going to sort of poke ahead with the spear in case, so that I can.
Yeah. And Jack can probably provide light with his bullseye lantern that you have.
Yeah. Sure.
You wind up pestering
Must,
Wolverine.
Of course.
All right, so you're gonna crawl in and get into that tunnel system.
Yeah.
Eventually, it opens up into a nice kind of large, almost adult-sized like area, and it's like a kids area. And there's like soapstone on the floor that's been cut out and chopped out and like brought out.
Okay. I'll sort of take a look over it with.
Yeah, you've never been here. Like when you were in the orphanage, this is old. This is decades old. So you guys have been visiting a long time. There's overgrowth and there's like age. There are like little chairs made of like logs and stuff. There are like board games. There's little things like there's a little chest, like kind of like box full of like treasure, like shiny stones, some soapstone carvings, maps, books, little lamps to like light the area.
Okay. Well, I'll just grab like a couple soapstone carvings. Just take a look over the and a book or something, just as a.
Just start hauling stuff out.
Everything.
Yeah, because I don't know what's relevant.
Yeah, that's fine. When you start moving stuff out of the way, behind the wooden chest, there's a carving on the floor in the soapstone that looks like kids all over time carved and filled in with like clay and wine, like just like colored food stuff. It is a picture of a bunch of smiling, kind of simple kids all holding hands, and they're holding hands with a large figure with like big bat wings and two large round eyes.
Okay. Can I make an occult test?
yeah, go for it. Just go for it.
2 successes. 3 successes.
8s, not 7s.
Oh,
So you could spend your inspiration to make that a critical success.
You could.
I will.
Could
Yeah,
have.
for future reference, spend it ahead of time, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But you can. So yeah, boom, done. Beat.
Huzzah.
That's clearly a picture of the Mothman, and it's holding hands with kids. And you can tell by the kind of the way that oppression and like the aging has gone on the stone that it's decades and decades old. Probably lining up when Lysan was a child here.
I will return relay that information. I guess I can't. It's carved into the rock, so.
I mean, you could take, because you got a high roll and you're kind of on the ball here, you can take some charcoal and just
Sure.
with some paper.
That's
Easy peasy.
so there's paper here, so.
There's parchment here. So you guys have an excellent time.
Perfect.
Oh, wow. You're having an excellent time.
You are not having such an excellent time.
What are you talking about? Time with Phineas is always an excellent time. Remember that time with the donkey? Where we dragged you through the
As you're
forest?
digging, you run into a werebadger.
That was today.
Good times.
There's a were-badger in Ravenloft. His name's Azrael Jackson. He's a big piece of shit.
They put a coin through his eye.
We had
really killed him.
we actually had a werebadger show up in our D&D 2 game. The paladin trying to intimidate it.
It's not going to work the way you think it's going to work.
No, he got sprayed.
Oh, skunk.
It was well, badgers can do something like that too, apparently. So or in this game.
Because badgers are pieces of shit, I'm just imagining them not having like a gland and just pissing on it. It's like this, and he's not in badger form. He's like Danny DeVito, like a gross little Danny DeVito were-creature being like, "This is happening! Stay away from my turf! Just throw me away when I die!"
So Asher bites Phineas.
So you're hacking away at the ground with your shovel, pulling up grave dirt, busting these like these chemical bubbles that are popping up in this almost rich, earthy marshland. When your shovel goes way too far to the dirt, like halfway through, and it's stuck.
Fuck. Alright, give me a sec here. Is there like a rock nearby that I can brace myself on?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll put a boot to it and just start pulling back. You might want to step away, or I'll smack you right in the face. Accidentally.
Step away.
All right. You kick and you struggle, and eventually you fly flat on your back as you pull the shovel out, and an entire body. It lands kind of on you, but not like cartoonishly on you. But you pull it up with you because it's holding onto the shovel.
Fuck! Start trying to kick it off.
Integrity check?
Oh, we're not there yet, Peter.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Is it Asher?
Why are you spoiling it?
No.
Covered in the clothing that you would probably cover yourself in, but also with a bit of silver chainmail and what looks like a large gold-tipped hatchet is the mummified remains of you.
He kind of looks back at Phineas,
Keep doing it.
looks back at the others, raises that shovel up like an axe, and what's happening? He just starts cleaving into it.
As you're about to swing down, something grabs your ankles.
What is it?
2 hands coming out of the dirt. Combat is breaking out. between you two, as you guys are, hanging out in the burrow on the other side of the marsh.
You did this to me. You did this to me.
And look, guys, we don't have our guns at the ready.
Where are your guns now?
Roll initiative.
Yeah, actually, let's pause while we get the combat sheet set up, as bad things happen to good people. Alright, we're back. I will change the soundtrack from El Wraith by Amon Tobin to something a little different.
You said that any more pretentiously.
Who wins it draws on initiative? The person with highest initiative mod, is it?
No, you roll a 10
I
and then
have
add the
-2 to mine,
Ah.
so I'm actually at 13.
Ah. Everything's been solved.
So, highest initiative, 15, Zombie Asher. Zombie Asher lurches to life under his ancient armor and swings that gold-tipped axe up at your jaw.
Okay. So
It's
it's
all
another
right.
fucking groin attack.
I can die now. Alright, he gets 4 dice.
His arm can see so long.
Did you minus the defense and all of that?
Yeah, I have defense.
Oh, right, you have a defense score.
3.
3? Alright, so I roll 1 die. No, wait, I give them more dice to make it pointful. So 2 dice. No!
Oh, thank God.
Thank you.
Go to jail now. Alright, 13 is Phineas.
Who do you want to attack first?
Probably the one. I don't know if the other one has a gun. He's just holding my ankles.
Kill the guy that hasn't gone yet. That's always the...
What? Because we know initiative exists. You could also just hand me my crossbow.
I will hand him his crossbow.
Okay.
That happened.
It's always loaded on my back, so
The crossbow is yours.
that means I don't have to take a turn to.
11. Zombie Phineas.
Oh God!
Zombie Phineas.
Fuck your defense. Yeah. It does not apply here.
Point blank.
Zombie Phineas is going to shoot you two with a shotgun.
Both of them?
Yeah, because they're right there. He went on his back to get his shot, to get his crossbow. That's what he said he just did.
Oh my!
How do guns
no.
work?
You roll your skill, you don't remove initiative, and then you add damage.
Yeah, shotguns are.
Did I just kill you guys?
Yeah, shotguns
It's
are lethal
very
at
possible.
close range.
It's fine. You'll
He might only have one clip.
Plus, you can spend willpower to up your defense. Do you guys want to?
I thought
That
you couldn't do that.
doesn't
That's
apply
not-
here.
Yeah,
Oh, Christ.
that's what I asked for last time.
Against,
What if you took the dodge action earlier?
No,
And
I don't even have my
I mean-
turn yet. So
dodges for adding defense. I don't know.
Oh, Christ.
Damage plus 3. So
I got a single 9.
4 damage.
All right.
Lethal.
Oh, and Zombie Asher's there too, right next to you.
Shotgun, 9 again.
What? Oh, fuck.
yeah. Also, I have armor too.
No. Okay, armor 2
So
means,
five.
do I remove dice or damage?
Damage.
I think you. Literally.
Let's pause and
Read the
everybody
combat rules.
read the combat rules. Okay, so a shotgun blast echoes goes through the graveyard. You guys hear this, by the way. Over there, you see a shotgun go off, and them struggling with people. As double barrel rounds of lead rip through the ground, rip through you two, and rip through Zombie Asher. As the head of Phineas comes out of the mud as you're struggling with your feet. A lot of people take a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So
we hear this?
Yeah, you hear and see it over there.
So I guess I'll spend my turn taking my gun out, and that will be my turn to be ready for
We're in a
this one.
crowd. Don't fire into the fucking crowd. Oh my
Don't
God.
worry, I'm a sharpshooter.
Don't worry, he's covered wars, you know.
I got a good rifle.
I got that one.
I hate you, Australia man.
Okay, so that was 11, 15, 13, 8.
8.
It's great.
Your sides and stomach have shotgun rounds in them. It hurts.
Yeah, he's about to have a crossbow bolt through his fucking eye. So, aim it right between my legs at Phineas and into his face.
Which Phineas?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Aim it at your own face.
I mean,
You shot the zombie Phineas!
He was a zombie. I mean, one of them is close to dying, so might as
One of
well.
them has a crossbow. Or one of them has a shotgun, and I don't want to get hit with that again. So I'm shooting the one with the
He also
shotgun.
doesn't have armor, so he's easier to kill, like the real Phineas.
Like the real thing.
Don't worry, Phineas. I know all your weaknesses. That you're nothing but.
Okay,
My one weakness! Fatal trauma!
My one weakness: dying.
Mommy issues.
All right. So shot bow, crossbow.
Yeah. Willpower.
Yes. Correct action.
I'm presuming you have penalties because of horrendous pain.
No, he's fine.
Not yet.
Now Phineas on the other.
My rage carries me through.
I have my
Rabies. Oh,
My
yeah.
rabies powers.
How is that working or not? Oh, just
Rabies.
Really wish there was a power where you could just keep the rabies and.
Take out the
There is that blue book where you have a disease that you love.
Yeah, there is. Oh my god.
I mean,
Lethal damage.
the release of the set of conditions kind of are overly specific, so maybe there's something in there.
6 in total.
Oh,
Did you add your crossbow damage?
yeah. Do you know what your crossbow damage is?
That's
You might have just killed the zombie Finn.
Plus 2 damage.
So 8,
Yep.
and that's lethal.
That's it's
Everything's
a
lethal.
crossbow.
Okay, so the zombie Phineas.
Undead. They downgrade all damage.
No.
Okay.
That's Vampire Requiem. That's not this.
All undead.
No, it's not this.
Okay.
It's a body. It's not like a supernaturally strong thing. Crossbow round goes through Phineas' skull into his spine, into the rest of him in the mud, and he dies again.
Good.
But underneath him, you hear movement and brain.
My donkey!
They buried you with it. You probably requested that.
No,
piece of
you
shit.
died on it in the war. But it won't be out till later. Alright, top of the round. Do we re-roll?
Yeah?
Don't worry, Bartholomew
Okay, so-
would never hurt me, not
Ooh,
even in
10.
death.
Yeah, you guys have to roll too. We
So
gotta...
it's wits plus.
No. Initiative modifier is already in there, and you roll one die and add it to that.
So the zombie Asher has a 13.
Okay, I have an
You put it in
8.
speed, Devin.
Oh shit.
What was its speed? Probably like minus.
I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I have a 13.
A shotgun.
How much do you have?
13?
13.
9.
9.
Okay, looks like Jack is gonna go before the zombie Asher with his golden axe.
Okay. Well, murder time.
You can do this, Jack. Your entire World War I has led you to this moment.
Also, as a reflexive action, I reload my crossbow because I have the merit for that.
There you go. The merit. Kevin's from the city of Merit. That's the joke.
City's generous.
The location. The Google Maps point of Merit.
The slum.
Okay, I'll get my willpower, so
This game got violent.
In a Ravenloft game?
Right? Though I do like the combat engine. It's very...
Smooth.
Yeah!
Deadly and smooth.
Yeah! Like, you're like, holy shit, thanks.
Considering the last one we played.
Fucking Christ.
Do I get a condition for getting 5 or more? Or is that only for like skill rolls?
5 successes is exceptional.
Okay.
So inspired, yes.
I think you only get inspired if it makes sense for the roll.
I mean,
Otherwise
whenever you
other-
get an exceptional success, you get a beneficial condition.
Yeah, but it depends on what the fuck you were doing for the
You can
condition,
inspire yourself, you can inspire others, even someone gets a condition, and there are like only 2 or 3 conditions that are beneficial.
Yeah,
I,
like,
I just don't think inspired makes sense for...
Inspired might be driving you on, because I don't see really anything else. Like, you're deeply inspired.
Like this inspired, and there's the informed, and that's about it, unfortunately.
Or like, I don't know, maybe... Yeah, this is kind of what just think that. Maybe steadfast.
Oh, man.
When you fail to roll, resolve this condition. You said treat the actions if you rolled a single success. If it was a chance die, consider it a single die instead.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You want steadfast instead?
Yeah.
Sure. All right. So if you fail to roll, you can treat it as if it's a success.
Okay.
And if it was a chance die, you get to roll a normal die. There, you're steadfast. There you go.
Okay.
Asked and given.
I got 3 successes, so that's 7 damage.
Plus penalties for shooting into a swarming melee.
What was that?
I don't know, Peter.
Yeah.
You're the one who's doing the sharpshooting.
Firing into a crowd actually causes issue.
Let's pause and find out how much Peter killed Phineas.
Oh.
So, Peter's super roll got re-rolled because, like a fool, he didn't think about firing into close combat. He gives you a -2 for everyone you love, which normally, for a Peter character, would mean nothing. But because of the party, it
If I was
was
wearing money.
-4. We're being really mean to Peter right now.
Chainmail of
no.
gold coin.
We're bullying him.
Oh.
So you did 4 damage, and because Zombie Asher is smart like real Asher, he's wearing armor, he only took 2, which leaves him with 2 health levels for Initiative 13 with Phineas! Mr. Grousebottom.
Run away.
I don't know how well I can run at this moment.
Kill it!
I will
He has an axe.
plink and try and hit it with my crowbar.
Alternatively, I have an axe at my hand that you can grab.
I can kill
I
myself.
will grab for the axe.
Alright, let's say you have the axe.
Okay. I will attack with the axe, which is...
Axe him a question.
I roll what for that?
Strength and melee.
Strength of melee, or is it dex and melee?
Strength.
I never can tell how they fix
In
it.
the old World of Darkness, you
Dexterity's the power
thing,
stat.
and then you
Dexterity.
roll
It's
stat.
all to-
Literally everything.
Exalted's the same fucking way even in 3rd edition.
Yeah. See, Cronus will improve on so many things.
Shocking.
Yeah.
So what are the rules for rolling something you have no ranks on?
-1.
-1 for physical actions, because hefting an axe
So
is
roll
very
your
hard.
strength -1, so
What's your strength?
1.
My strength is 1.
So a chance die. Here we go.
Oh my!
So I
You
roll
really
a
want to
chance die.
spend willpower.
I will spend a willpower.
Which means you get 3 die, not 4, because you change the chance die into
Yeah.
a normal people die.
So I'm gonna say if you bury Asher's own axe into his side, he will be very cross.
I will come back as a revenant. Ooh, that's a cool character. You can come back as an undead.
Every time he dies, he just comes back as one of the other bodies of himself. that
I got a
died.
success.
Ha ha ha!
Hey,
Success plus damage.
What's the damage?
What's the damage of an axe? My
E.
hatchet is +1.
So let me just point something out to
Oh,
you really
yes.
dumb. What's the zombie's defense?
Oh shit, zombies have defense rolls.
Yeah, for melee.
That's true.
So,
His defense is 2 because he shot at him.
So 1 die.
But it's not a chance die, and you get to re-roll.
huzzah.
Why do I get to re-roll?
Because you have to roll again.
You roll it.
Oh wow, nice.
Roll again! Keep rolling! Keep getting 10s.
No.
No.
Just the
No,
one.
that's
2 damage.
fine, though, so
2 damage, and he has 2
Wow.
armor, so you hack into him, reducing his defense to 1.
But I'm helping.
You are helping.
Not for range attacks, because defense doesn't count.
Yeah,
I'm
but
still contributing
Usher.
to the team.
Okay, so Radu is just gonna.
Zombie
Hoof it.
Usher.
He's gonna.
yeah.
Go
Okay.
first, probably.
Yes, it is going first in the same turn as Phineas. As Phineas hacks into him with an axe, he decides to hack in to you with an axe. He's gonna axe to meet you.
Trust no one, not even yourself.
Okay, I said they were having 5. Your defense is 3, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So he has 2 dice to hit you.
1 because damage thing. Unless
1 because he's hurt.
Yeah.
Oh!
Fuck you, other Asher.
It's a 3.
It's a miss.
You're good.
30.
Everything's fine. No one's being murdered this session.
Yes.
And the sepsis kicks.
And then the sepsis creaks in. So Zombie Asher was on a 13. We're on a 9. That's Radu. You are hoofing it.
I'm gonna hoof it. And
I'm going to say next turn you'll be able to make it there.
Okay.
I'm going to say you spend your entire time out running, you'll make it for the next initiative, if there is a next initiative, because now Asher goes on his mighty 8.
Asher reaches down and grabs his own corpse by the hair, pushes the crossbow against its eye, and stares it in the other eye as he
So maybe some
Let's lose the
integrity
battle.
checks.
Yeah, Asher's not having
His
a good
defense
time.
1, which doesn't matter for your crossbow.
Hmm.
Oh wait,
No.
there's a close combat.
Also, it only covers certain parts of your body, so if you're aiming for other parts.
Oh, you're aiming. Do you? Don't you do
Up close, do you get a penalty? I'm actually not sure how that
Uh,
goes. Otherwise,
do you
I'll
have a
just-
penalty for close combat?
I think that's -2.
Like, do you have a feat to ignore the close combat penalty?
I don't think so.
Alright, it's -2 then.
Okay. Huh. At this range.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, I'm gonna use another willpower because I just really
Yes,
want to
use
kill this
willpower.
thing.
Spend it. Spend willpower.
I have a lot of willpower in this game because I'm a composure resolve character. 9, 10, 5. So 2 successes.
Plus weapon modifier.
So 4 successes.
4.
The last 2 damage the zombie Asher needed before he dies. You crossbow his face away.
Good. It doesn't look like me anymore.
He crumbles to death.
Now where's the thumb?
Evil Dead style, it just goes silent. It'll wait for some fucking kids to come by later.
Just spook them.
It's not getting up. There's so much mud and dead bodies.
It's like, fuck it.
I will deactivate the combat music. So you arrive just in time to see the fight end. And them covered in wounds. Well, another one down, Asher.
Fucking with us. Followed us. He picks up the golden axe. Was it?
It's an axe that's been gold plated, much like you'd silver a weapon.
Picks that up and just lodges it into his own head. The undead version.
Okay. I'm like, Kevin, no!
Yeah, he's still holding it by the neck and just does that until it no longer resembles him in the sun.
Alright, so he is mutilating a body in front of you guys. We're just throwing that out there. Not you, Jack. You're from World War I. You don't care.
Yeah. I'm going to be staring at this relief things.
Oh right, integrity's a thing for other
Yeah.
people besides
Other
me.
people. Oops, sorry.
I could use some first aid.
You yell across the field. The grassy
Yeah.
knoll he fired across.
Oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't look good. I know a bit.
Okay. I'm going there.
Fucking Jack. I guess I better be a man.
Yeah, they want to see those dead bodies.
Were you conscripted?
I mean, he's from Australia,
No.
almost definitely.
No. Funny enough, it was a big issue in Australia in World War I, whether they would be have conscriptions and all, and so on. There were like votes on that, and Australians didn't get conscripted in World War I.
Huh.
Everyone was a volunteer.
Oh, okay. What about the prisoners that you definitely were, that were shipped off to the war? Cool research, though.
Yeah.
What a nice factoid. So you all gather together as Asher defiles his own body,
Again.
dismembers it.
Does someone look for the other gun?
Oh yeah, looting time.
You want to get like within a meter of what's going on here?
Don't touch my body.
Just leave it.
Okay. Well, I tend the wounds with the first aid and all.
All right, you know how to first aid, right?
Yeah, it's my specialty, and it's also my attribute, professional trading skill.
Aha!
Whoa.
Superpowers are about to happen.
Yeah.
magical deeds are afoot, dear reader.
Normally we should rub crap and
Fill the hole with trash.
yes.
1, 2.
Maggots will prevent the
3
evil
successes.
spirits.
3 successes.
Cool. You know how healing works, right?
Yeah.
So you do it to him?
Yeah.
Let us know. Tell us.
Yes, I sand his wound, I take some alcohol, just pour it in the wound to disinfect it, and clean it up, wrap it up. I just take all the shrapnel out, as I realize, oh, that was a gun.
Shotgun, yeah.
Plonk, plonk.
Get all that lead.
Yeah.
It sounds like you were able to stop the lead poisoning.
Yeah.
But, like, mechanically speaking, does it speed up his recovery time, or does it stop him from slipping into shock and dying?
I don't think it does anything.
There are rules I know in
We'll have to check
Yeah.
in between sessions,
For
because you
healing.
guys took an awful lot of wounds.
I just wanted to stop from
Also,
bleeding
it's
out,
getting-
whatever.
Oh, no, we're wrapping.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is the end of the session.
yeah.
As soon as I'm bandaged up slightly, I'm gonna crawl over to my corpse and start
You'll get
patting
your
it
wounds infected,
and
man.
inspecting it.
Oh, like, you want to unearth it?
Yeah, I wanna
You
bring it up.
excavate yourself?
Yes.
Alright, you're able to unbury the area, and yeah, there's your body. You have your clothes that you're wearing now, but it looks like they've been patched up and fixed up over a couple of years. They're older. It looks like you're also wearing chainmail armor that's just been shredded. It looks like your stomach was blown open by something. And yeah, you have a shotgun.
Is it my shotgun?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you have 2 of them. Join.
I'll just kind of kneel over the corpse silently, not saying anything,
God,
not really moving.
Can't wait to get to those integrity checks.
I walk as I make it over there. I'm just going to pull out a flask and
I just don't even react.
Kind of shoves it away. Like he freaks out when it goes into it in front of his vision. He's like, no.
Yeah, as you're dismembering yourself, bones and meat are clattering on the soapstone in the area, and you hear the telltale sign of coin dropping.
Coin drop?
Coin dropping from where?
Out of your corpse, and then the boot, a single coin rolls across the soapstone and lands on its edge.
He's gonna take that.
You got another one. Now you got 2.
Just kind of leaves that golden axe buried in the corpse and goes and sits somewhere and stares off into the forest.
Very good. You gonna help him shotgun down?
Yeah. Once he's calmed down, I'm going to do the same roll on him. 1 success.
There's a picture of a bottle of Coke, and the label is anyone, and then there's a picture of a handful of Mentos, and it says tell him to calm down in an argument.
3 successes.
3 successes?
Yep.
You're good-ish.
Yep. Good enough.
Good enough, yes.
So you found the soapstone, you found a cache of clues
Yep.
that you can all talk about probably later. Do you guys leave this accursed place and go back to your inn?
that seems like a good idea.
After I rebury the body.
So it can pop out and surprise another child when it reanimates.
You guys don't even excavate the other 2 bodies. That's good. It's safe.
Yeah. Let's leave it.
Let's leave them. Fucking he'll come out with a Gatling gun. You'll come out with like a coin railgun. Because you're lucky.
The
So,
plasma cannon.
yeah. And the fucking Enclave prototype plasma cannon.
Look, it's glitter boy power armor.
Christ. A Veritech fighter. So, I think at this point we'll wrap. Were there any aspirations that dinged? Oh, someone was a brave boy.
Yep, brave. I think was.
Let's see.
Now let's check the aspirations, Pete.
We already got the brave. Improve social standing and save someone from harm.
I didn't really have the opportunity to do that, so maybe next time.
Did somebody... Oh no, that was...
Find a fetter. Did we find a fetter?
Wait, let me check my fetter list. My Kevin fetter list. The sketchbook is a fetter. You guys might not know that yet, but you did find it. And it doesn't have to be in character that you know. Out of character, that book is a fetter.
To be
so it be chosen. And I will throw in a beat to the pool for every character here. Keep making noise, Peter, as much as you can for that microphone.
Destroy the murderous threat to my village. Find out who's plotting against me.
Didn't get those, so.
No.
I mean, it sounds like you found out that yourself was plotting against you.
Oh, that is true.
You keep trying to kill yourself.
Yeah.
You dismembered your body in the acid pit, and then a corpse tried to kill you. You're trying to kill yourself, clearly.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that as a thing. Because there's no specific person that's playing against him, it's just getting fucked up.
Asher is killing Asher. Asher's killed Asher like 5 times at this point.
He's ignoring the fact that he's blatantly sick, also, so...
Alright, well, let's count up the beats and divvy them up between the 4 of you. You start counting.
3, 4, 5.
Throw rice.
8.
You drop your 37 pencils.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, and 19. So, rounding up to 1 experience each.
Yes, everyone gets 1 full experience.
Cool.
So, for reference, you have 3 to spend on your character when you finalize it, because you had 2 just for, you know,
I don't know how much anything costs in this
Don't
game,
worry.
so-
very little. It's flat costs. Everything costs like at least 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's a flat cost system. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no more. Everyone gets everything at 5 to start because
Fuck you. You know, they fixed that fucking problem finally. It only took 25 years. Christ. Anyway, with that being said, we are done for the night. You guys, that was episode 2 of season 2. You guys found a bunch of clues to the ghost killer,
creepy stuff happened.
and something awful, awful, awful happened, and you interacted with a bunch of people in Barovia. And you're still in Barovia, and you have gunshot wounds.
We're very hurt.
So, I was Devin,
Peter?
Kevin?
Tyler?
Mark?
and this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.
Thank you.